It's 2:47 in the morning and I can't sleep as usual. Um, I'm going through some crazy stuff with my body that like kind of sucks. I My left eye, it's like it feels like there's something like inside my head pushing on my eye, and sometimes it feels like I get stabbed, like it's just random stabbings in my eye. But apparent like it all makes sense now. Something's ripped and the swelling around my optic nerve, and I guess I guess that all makes it sense. But when it comes to fixing it, who knows if I will be able to find someone willing to take on the task of fixing my eye or helping me figure out how to fix it, because it just ripped spontaneously. I didn't have much like any trauma that should have really like ripped the back of my eye, and because I have EDS, doctors are just looking at me like, well, what do you expect? You have EDS, like this is gonna happen. Like rather than just say, okay, this has happened, this is how we approach fixing it, they're just kind of writing me off now and saying, oh, well, you have EDS. What do you expect? That's gonna happen. Like same with my kidneys. My left kidney is like going through some issues right now, and the nephrologists, they're just saying, well, you have EDS, like as if it's like, oh, I should just accept the fact that my body's falling apart, not try to fix it. Like just you know I I'm not entitled to any medical treatment now because I have EDS. Like EDS was a blessing to me, so that I could tell my family, tell my loved ones, I'm not crazy. This is what I have. Like I'm not making this up, because for years they thought I was just, you know, just kind of like exaggerating things, or just a worrier, like worrying myself to illness. But when I was able to show them my medical paperwork proving, and then show them that I'm not alone, that there are so many out there like me that are going through the same exact thing, I like it was wonderful. But now I feel like it's a curse, because now that I'm diagnosed, I can't get help. Like there's no one to turn to. There's no EDS doctors. There's no doctors that really comprehend the fact that it's a connective tissue disorder and your whole body is affected. They just kind of looked at your joints like, oh, you're double jointed. It just helps you be double jointed. Like, yeah, we are double jointed in many ways. We're very flexible, but it impacts us in so many other ways. The whole body is connected by connective tissues. So obviously, if you have a connective tissue disorder, you're going to have problems with every aspect of your body. Like, it doesn't seem the nephrologists really do not understand that. The ones that I've been speaking to, they're confused at why I'm even calling them to help. I I need them to look at my kidney, but it seems like they just want to wait until emergencies hit, like waiting for me to need dialysis in order to help me, or wait to see if I pee out urine, or blood in my urine, rather than looking at my urine now and be like, it's kind of dark. Maybe something's wrong with her filtration in her kidneys. It doesn't make sense to me. Even my cardiologist, I feel like she really doesn't care. She's like, oh, wow, this is so great. You have mitral valve prolapse. Like, what's so great about it? Oh, it's great because it fits the criteria of an EDS person. So they're like enthusiastic about finding things that like, wow, you know, you have mitral valve prolapse. Oh my God. Like I've never met an EDS patient before. Like I've never had an EDS patient before. Okay, that's wonderful. But what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna be able to help me? No, sorry. No, you have EDS, so you have to live with this for the rest of your life. So like in the beginning, it was wonderful. Like I always felt like a celebrity sometimes with doctors. They're like, wow, like you're rare, you know. People with EDS, there's not so many. There's not a lot out there. Like you're you know you're different. You're special. But there's no help for people like me. There's no one, at least in America, that I've found so far that really just takes it on. Like they're like they pretty much want me to just come in, tell them my symptoms, and then they're gonna be like, well, I can't help you, but I can refer you to another person that's gonna pretty much tell you the same thing I just told you now. Like that's pretty much what I've been dealing with. Even my left lung is obstructed. I went in for a procedure to clear it out, to fix it, and the man just or the doctor just kind of let me be after. He didn't do nothing. He went in and came right back out. Like he looked at me and said, well, he didn't tell me this originally, but after I called him again when I got my results back, um, my CT scans back saying my lung is still obstructed, he didn't tell me any of that. Like he made it seem like, oh, he fixed the problem, I'm good. And I'm like, I still have these symptoms. Like I still feel lightheaded and I still feel that pain in my chest. And he's like, well, it could be your heart too. Like now I find out that my airways are narrow. They're like narrow like a child's airways, but as long as an adult's. So I need a pediatric doctor, but I'm 23. So the regular pulmonary doctors, they um they can't really help me out because they're used to dealing with adults. But then the primary doctors, the pediatric doctors, they look at me like you're too old. Instead, rather than looking at my anatomy, they're looking at my age. And so now I feel like I'm kind of wedged in a corner, like kind of like she's too different. She's too difficult. Let's just kind of put her in a corner and just wait for her to die. Like I feel like that's even what the state is doing. The state, New Jersey State, on Friday told me that they officially have recognized me as being a disabled person. So I'm officially disabled, like official, for permanently for the rest of my life. So I qualify for disability. But, like for Medicare, that's pretty much what I'm like striving to get. I need Medicare. It's available for the elderly and for disabled people. So now that I've been approved for medical disability, now I have to wait 2 years in order to get any sort of Medicare benefits. And I'm so confused at that law. Why do I have to wait 2 years? They want to wait until I'm on my deathbed before they help me with anything. And it's 2 years to me seems like the rest of my life. At least how my body's feeling now. I feel like I'm falling apart, which I am. My chest it does not stop hurting me. My legs, I'm always dislocating. I walk around with my cane on a 24/7 basis. I am always leaning on things and trying to get around, trying to have a solid face where it doesn't look like I'm in pain when I'm walking. Like, I'm just so tired of fighting. I feel like I'm fighting to just get through the day. I'm like When will this end? When will I get some sort of relief? I have my eye, my kidney, my lung, my left foot is swollen. Like, my body is just going haywire, and I can't do anything about it. Like, there's no one I can turn to. There's nothing I can do. I feel like I'm dying. I'm asking for help, and there's no one out there. Like, in an I'm yelling into an empty alleyway. Like, there's no one there to help me. There's just my mom crying in the corner looking at me like my baby. And I got my loved ones, my friends, looking at me like I wish I could help, but I can't. And then I got the doctors all the way in the back there saying, sucks for you. Sorry, I have other patients I can help out, but you're too difficult. Like, I live in the center of what's supposed to be medical advances. I got called Columbia University, I have Hackensack University, I have Robert Wood University, all these hospitals that are supposed to be, even Princeton Pain Management. They will not return any of my calls. They will not get back to me on helping me treat my pain. I'm on fentanyl patches. That's killing my body. I can't function without it though. Like, I cannot move. I cannot even lay down still without the fentanyl patches. The pain is just too strong and I can't tolerate it anymore. I'm just tired. I'm just tired physically. It's a very overwhelming condition, and the only escape I get is through meditation. Through meditation and my pain medicine while I'm, you know, facing reality. But when I meditate and I leave this world, physical world, and I get lost in my mind, that's my only vacation. And I find myself doing it, meditating more and more on a regular basis now than I've ever done in my life for long periods of time, hours on top of hours. And when I realize I have to come back so I can study, when I realize I have to get back to reality because, you know, I have to go to the bathroom, pee, whatever, I have, you know, other things to do in life, I dread it. I dread it. I dread coming back to reality. I would love to stay in a meditative state for the rest of my life. It's I wonder how many other EDS patients or people, or any connective tissue disorder, anyone inflicted with any sort of chronic pain condition, I wonder how many have discovered meditation, because I discovered it when I was a child, and I pretty much did it myself. I didn't know what meditation was. That's just what I did to get through my life. And now that I'm in college and I was exposed to actually meditation, I realized it's what I've been doing this whole time. But it's pretty much the only way I keep my sanity. It's the only way I keep smiling. It's the only way that I am still surviving, because this condition sucks. It really sucks. And meditation just makes the world a better place in my eyes. Um, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm gonna try and lay down and maybe possibly go to sleep. Uh, I made another video about speaking up. I'll also post that too. Um, I hope everyone's well. Keep me posted on all of your situations, and if anyone comes across a nephrologist or a pulmonary doctor or an eye doctor that is aware of EDS and knows how to work with EDS patients, please, I cannot beg you enough for their intro. I I really need it. Like, time is ticking with me now. If anyone knows of anybody, please let me know.